And welcome to the beer garden in front of the Grand Fig and the fireless pit. More on that later, but let's get right to this brew review. Up this round, all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Marshall Brewing, QT's Quittin Time Premium Beer. Weighing in at 95.7% water, this 12-ounce can only be found at QT gas stations, and dare I call them a gas station? A convenience store that has gas pumps. Yeah, there we go, they're bringing it back. Apparently this was the QT Quittin Time Premium Beer, was really big back in the 1970s and 1980s, and just recently they've brought it back, and to quite a bit of popularity as well. So let's go ahead and pop the top and see what we got on this vintage brew. You know, and it is a throwback immediately. I love the look of the can, fantastic. We're gonna be drinking this out of the Red Label, a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review, sold out pint glass. Premium beer. Now, when it comes to a cheap brew, I immediately, my radar goes off when I see something say, try to say that 3 times fast. When I see something say premium beer. Well, let me be the judge of that. I'm the only one in control of my own taste buds. And since I'm saying that, thank you for your comments below on this brew review. And keep in mind, this brew review is my opinion about this brew. If I like it or don't like it, that doesn't change your opinion about it. So many people are slamming me on the, how dare you, on some of the other brew reviews, how dare you say, why'd you give it a 1.0 score? This is the best beer I've ever had. Okay, calm down, people. Calm down. And hey, if you're here because you like beer and why else would you be, please give me your town and state or town and country where you are viewing from. I love making a note. I jotted down on the back of my sold out a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review coaster set of where you are viewing from, because I'm going to be ranking this cheap brew out of 5 stars coming up at the end of this brew review. Shout out to Poplar Bluff, Missouri. There you go. Alexandria, Ontario, Canada. Good to have you. Auburn, Washington, and Glasgow, Scotland, where I spent a week there one time in Glasgow, Scotland, and also on the Isle of Arran, just off the coast of Scotland, just off to the west of Scotland. Lovely, lovely time. Thank you for checking out the brew review. And also thank you for your super thanks. It looks like this. That's like a tip jar for the channel. You can check that down below if you don't see it. Tap on the 3 dots and then you'll see that. And it's like I said, it's a tip jar if you're entertained by this in any manner, if you're educated with this brew review in any manner, if you're offended. But that's where I get most of my super thanks, is from the offended people. $1 in that tip jar is fantastic. We appreciate your views, sub, and support. All right, as we do here, time for the nose, shall we? Immediately, I get hints of garage refrigerator. Interior of an old man's used car. Damp ski gloves after drying near a heater. So there you go. I know nothing about the brewery that made this beer possible for QT. Marshall Brewing Company, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I know nothing about Tulsa, Oklahoma, other than the TV show Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone, Tulsa King. I was on a flight from Atlanta to Southern California. You know how you're on these flights, there's nothing to do, so in-flight entertainment, I found Tulsa King. I love it. I'm not a big TV guy, but started watching Tulsa King. Love the show. Fantastic job. Look, check it out, Tulsa King. And this is where this brew is from, Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, time for the liquid to hit the lips. And while I'm about to drink in the beer garden, you never drink alone, even though we're here in front of the fireless pit, and I'm told that they had a fire in there last night. So there you go. You may see some smoldering. Let me know what you're drinking down below. All right, time for the liquid to hit the lips. Cheers. Okay, I'm gonna give you my poker face. 4.3% alcohol. All right, yeah, I can go by that. It is a very light in flavor tasting beer. There is a weird, in addition to all those notes with the nose, there's a strange wood taste to it. You remember how Budweiser, and I'm not a Budweiser guy, but remember how they really pushed that beechwood aged, and I had to look it up. What the heck is beechwood? And I guess they get the wood from the beaches, and which is strange because Budweiser's in Missouri, and there's not a whole lot of beaches in Missouri. But anyway, they put the wood right into the containers where they aged the beer, and it gave it a weird sort of a wood flavor. That's kind of with QT, Quittin Time here. I get a wood flavor. A very cheap sort of a blonde wood, like a pine. If you were to soak a piece of pine wood in a glass of really light beer, that's kind of what this is doing. It's not, it doesn't pass itself off. It's not a light beer, but I mean, really, for me, anything below 5% alcohol, I consider a light beer. I really don't pay attention to the calories and all that stuff. Quittin Time. I would have to say, when it comes to this brew, it's time to quit drinking this brew. Nothing really exciting about it. Like I said, you got a weird wood taste. It's like you're sucking on some wood. You know, hats off though to QT for having their own brew. I mean, that's pretty cool. I got this brew for a 6-pack, $9.99 at the QT down the street. And I know that QT is not in all states, and obviously not in all countries, but here in the United States, yeah, it's like a convenience store that has gas pumps out front. It's a gas station, convenience store type place. If you're from where I'm from up in New Jersey, it's kind of like a Wawa. For other places, it's sort of like a 7-Eleven, I would guess, something like that. Where a place where you can grab one of those hot dogs that are on the roller things, grab yourself a 6-pack of brew when you're getting off of work, and hey, you're good to go. So, who would be drinking this? Definitely a blue-collar working man would be drinking this back in the 1970s and 1980s. I think there are so many alternatives to this in the 21st century that you won't even touch this, other than it just being a novelty, you know, being a little throwback. I mean, literally, when I was there at QT, I was grabbing a couple of tall boys of an IPA, and then I just happened to look and I saw this. I said, well, let's give it a try. What does this compare to? Sort of a Miller High Life, maybe. I think Miller High Life has a little more taste to it. This isn't sweet, it's not hoppy. Like I said, just a lot, it tastes like wood soaked in beer. No sense in killing the grass here. What am I gonna rank this out of 5 stars? How good a cheap brew is it? I would put you down for, yeah, a 1.3 out of 5 stars. So hey, it's a beautiful day here in the beer garden in front of the Grand Fig and the fireless pit as we are launching into spring, regardless of the time of the year you're watching this video. So you go grab yourself a brew. Check out some more brew reviews here on my channel. Thank you for your review, sub, and support. Cheers.